In January 2013, after 25 years of ministry in Jefferson County and in his early 60s, Morris Johnson and his wife Derry began thinking about retirement. But God had something else in mind for this couple.
And that was church planting. I told the Lord, I'm 62 years old, and you're going to send a 62-year-old man out on this faith journey. And he said, yeah. And I was reminded about Abraham, how the Lord will provide, and how he provides for his own. You have to be faithful.
Needing a name for this new church, they chose Integrity. They quickly realized this wasn't a journey they could make on their own. They found partners, first in the Birmingham and Bessemer Baptist Associations, then the State Board of Missions. There, they received some much-needed funding and training through the Church Planter Network, made possible by your gifts to the Myers-Mallory State Missions Offering.
I wish I had had that class 20 years ago. And one class that I think every pastor needs, because it's just the fundamentals of ministry that you don't get in the seminary, the laying the groundwork of the planning a church.
After meeting early on in a funeral home, which coincidentally shared their name, and then a second temporary location, Integrity needed a place in Hueytown to call home. In God's timing, in February 2016, another area church was about to close its doors, and through a series of events, Integrity was able to take ownership. It was a space much larger than they would have expected to have so soon, and they began ministering from there immediately.
The very day we closed, that night, we were in the church having prayer meeting, thanking God and praising Him for what He had done for us with this facility.
Within the first year there, they had hosted a health fair, a fall festival, and with the help of a youth mission team from South Carolina, a vacation Bible school. That event reached 200 people and led to several professions of faith. Then, earlier this year, students from across the state, organized through Alabama WMU, descended on Integrity to help beautify the campus and reach out to the community.
When we see other mission groups and teams willing to come in and help us, that inspires us to be better kingdom citizens and about the work of the kingdom.
The energy that you see is catching, because what we have done out of all those groups that have partnered with us, then we too have partnered with other organizations within this community and surrounding communities, and so we go to provide a service, to do what we can on the mission field as well.
One of the people Integrity has reached is April Johnson. Her involvement has changed her view of outreach and evangelism.
Getting out and sharing the gospel of Christ. I've actually done a lot of that. Used to be afraid to get out and speak to people, but now it's a little easier. It gets easier.
My slogan is, we plant a church to plant another church. We disciple to disciple somebody else. We got to win for the kingdom of Christ. I would encourage the local churches to give to that Myers-Mallory offering, because it's a tremendous impact for a church planter. And I would go on record to say it may be the difference between a failure and a success for a church planter.